welcome to All About The Gers podcast. Myself, Ricki Neill, joined by Derek, Ferguson and Charlie Miller. Happy New Year to everyone. What a way to start the year. A big thank you to all our sponsors once again. It's the Loudon Tavern at Ibrox, Plugged In Business Solutions, DB Dental Care, AVR Signs and Mr. Singh's India Restaurant. Derek.
You painted a picture in my mind there just before we come on. You're talking about Jamie. Jamie done it the other day in his bedroom. That's not good. You can't do it in your bedroom. You know what's happening? What was he doing like an hour or so before he come on here? You know, in that bedroom. Your mind boggles, or my mind starts to go somewhere else.
Well, he's probably watching.
Is he? Jamie, how are you, mate? In the bed, doing it in the bedroom. Aye, brilliant.
How you doing, Charlie?
Good. Especially after the second half on Saturday, so.
We're going to talk about it. I'm missing you in here. We're like the whole. You come in, then you stay away. I come in and then I stay away. We need to get together, mate.
I know, definitely.
But you're looking magnificent as usual. Look at it to us. We're in an office and we're freezing cold.
I know. It's my first day back at work.
And put the heater on.
I think the gaffer switched the heating off during the Christmas break. It's like, it feels like about -10 in here.
Anyway, we're two baldy-headed guys, but so you can...
It's very sensitive. I don't know if you notice, see when you shave your head, it's mega sensitive, isn't it? You notice that now?
No, but... Is it?
Aye.
What do you shave it with? Is it that one of these big skull hangs?
No, I do that, but then I use a blade.
You use a blade? You carry a blade about with you, mate?
I'm
a gangster.
Aye, you're allowed blades in Cumbernauld.
Like blades in Glasgow.
Anyway, right. Do you want
I've not got a sensitive head like you then.
Nah.
No.
I'm just a sensitive guy. That's what it is. Right, let's get into the football. Starting 11 on Saturday was Butland and goal, Sterling, Suter, Fernandez, Makoma, Barron, Raskin, Asgard, Gassama, Shermiti and Mikey Moore. Probably our best 11, I would say, Derek.
Think so?
I think Tav's got to play. I think Tav plays with Sterling one in front of him. I think Sterling in the middle of the park getting about the park. I think... For me, Asgard doesn't play. I would never have played Asgard.
I don't. You said it earlier, Charlie, just before we come on air. I don't think you can go to Parkhead and go with Moore and Asgard. No. I think he realised, the manager, that he'd made a mistake in that respect, and but fair play to him, he changed it getting into the second half because I don't know what you or what Charlie was like at half time, but I was absolutely fuming. So it was with the display that we'd witnessed. The first 5-10 minutes was okay, but then from then to half time, it was way off it, you know, and wasn't it just individually, just the choice that the managers had made. I thought he'd got it wrong, but fair play to him. He did change it. I think we looked... doing that left-hand side with Fernandez and Magoma, you know, we're just if I'm centre-backs, I'm pulling Magoma in a wee bit tighter to me, but maybe that was a ploy that Magoma was going to, was it the boy Yang, and then there was space for Kenny just to spin and get into those areas, you know, but it could have cost us, you know, but it never. So fair play to the manager making the changes.
Do you know, Charlie, I thought the first, like Derek says, the first 5-10 minutes, I thought we started well, but then we all seemed to lose our structure and our position and everything, didn't we?
First 5 minutes, I thought we did okay, but the shape of the team was all the place. They were just cutting through like a knife through butter. It was so easy for them. Our press was poor. Asgard can't get about the pitch. You play either Asgard or Moore, and you have to play three hard-working midfielders 100% in the middle of at Parkhead, because we'd give them far too much room. Asgard and Moore want to go that way, but don't want to go back the way. Celtic had runners cut for fun, gone beyond them.
Charlie, the goal was an absolute joke, wasn't it? In terms of how easy it was, you know, Yang, he gets past Moore as if he's not there. Then Asgard, you know, there's nothing for him. You know, he doesn't know where to come here.
I think he's in two minds, but he's already doing a yellow.
Well, 2 minds. Just go and get there and, you know, position yourself a little bit better. You know, McGregor wasn't going to affect it there. The danger was Yang driving towards goals. And then Raskin as well. The three of them, You know, I was a bit disappointed when you're listening to the guys that were on commentary. They were very quick to point the finger at Butland, who I thought was exceptional. I thought he was absolutely brilliant. But no, you look at the source, the three guys, Moore, Ashgard, and Raskin. It was shocking defensively. You know,
and Fernandez as well, Derek. Fernandez just go past him so easy as well. But you're saying about Butland. Butland was unbelievable on Saturday. A few of the boys that I was sitting with thought Butland should have saved it. But sometimes you just can't get your hands up. It was a bullet. The boys are unbelievably well. But if it wasn't for Butland, would have been 4-1 down at half-time, 4-0 at half-time.
I know, do you know, I think it's amazing how people's opinions of players change so quickly. Because last week there was so many Rangers fans weren't wanting Butland back in the team after making that one wee mistake with he let it in. You
see the Hearts game,
post,
it was, you can't figure out what he was trying to do at the front post. So whatever he was trying to do, he got it wrong. But no, I think he's been exceptional. That's what happens. You know, any little mistake that's made as a Rangers keeper, I mean, people are on you like anything. You know, that they're going to be critical. But I'm like you, Charlie. I thought that goal, I thought it was hit with power, a wee bit of swerve, and you can see why he's maybe no got it. I never at one point thought it was Butland's fault. I was looking at how easy it was for Yang just to drive past three. Charlie's saying maybe Fernandez, you could bring him into it, but he should never have been there in that position to hit it. So, but he did hit it with power. But Butland, I'm surprised that he's come into for as much criticism.
I know, Charlie, there's a great wall of Canada. He's saying Sterling done a good job stopping Maeda. Good call by Rowe, starting him instead of Tav. Do you know what I was really surprised?
We need to get him driving lessons, by the way.
Oh, I know.
Sterling, we need to sort that out.
Do you know what I was really...
I think he was doing donuts going down that road.
Nobody was injured.
Saturday night. I know, everything's all right. Everything's good. Nobody was injured. Nobody was hurt. We just need to work on his driving ability.
But do you know, Charlie, what I was surprised at, which I didn't even notice before? See how fast Sterling was? I didn't realise how quick he was. Some of this machine.
That's how I would probably play the one in front of Tav, just in front of Tav, because he gets a bit of pitch. He can get beyond. He gets Celtic in the back foot when he plays in the middle of the park. But I understand, he did stop Maeda, 100% he did. The first half, everybody was poor, I thought, the first half. But second half, he done a really good job on him. But I think Tav has to play for me. Okay, maybe even put Tav up one or whatever. People say he can't play up one. But I just think, as I say, Asgard and Mikey Moore shouldn't have started the game. He should not have started the game. But we get three great goals in the end, and we deserve it. As soon as we scored the first goal, you could see, we're going to win this game.
See, on Ashgard, you look at him, he's a specimen in terms of his physicality. He's got good feet, looks a good athlete as well, scores goals. You look at him, you think he's made to measure for that big game, but it just seemed it was too much for him. I know he might have got spooked with the yellow card, but that's a mentality thing as well. I think you've got to put that at the back of your mind and go on with the job in hand. But he looks slow in everything he done. You know, his reaction to things, didn't he, Charlie?
One pace all the time for him. I think he's got 10 minutes to go and look up. And what about his pass across to the 18-yard box as well in the first half?
You look at him and you think he should be an absolute standout in that fixture. But sometimes that fixture can get a grip of you. And I thought as well with young Moore, you know, and I'm not going to be too harsh on him because, of course, he scores a goal and he kept going. But at times I thought it looked a little bit too much for him, you know, and that's when you start to question it. But yeah, we needed Diamandi. We needed another natural midfield player that can do the defensive duties in there. So that change had to be made at half-time, and the manager did. He got it correct.
There's another comment online about Asgard. If he had the work rate of Barron, he'd be some player. Charlie, I don't know if you heard his stats for the weekend. He ran something like 9 miles on the pitch, like wee Barron.
Right.
That's unreal,
but that's normal for midfield players in this day and age. The guys they're athletes, aren't they? But you need that type. You need the right mix. We didn't have the right mix, and that's what Charlie's talking about. When you put a Moore and an Ashgard and a team going up against Celtic at Parkhead, you're going to come under the cosh at some time, and maybe you can go with one of them. Going with two of them, I thought I had a wee raised eyebrow when I saw the team, because I did think, the two of them, I'm not so sure. I think you go with one or the other. Right. And I think most people's choice would be to go with young Moore, although it looked as if it was a wee bit too much at times. But he gets a goal and he kept going, and that's what I loved about the wee fella. Never shirked anything, kept showing. And that's because sometimes what you get is players that when it isn't going your way, they'll shrink, they'll go into they don't want the ball. But fair play.
They kind of hide for the ball. But he still gets involved, and I like that a bit as well. But I believe he should be playing in the middle where Asgard's playing, the one behind the striker. I think he's more comfortable there. It causes problems for teams there. And at the semi-final, I thought he came on and he was excellent. So I think we know where his position is, but they keep on kind of putting him out in that wee left, and I don't know if he really enjoys it in the left.
There's our good friend Alex Kelly giving us a couple of stats. That's 84 domestic matches Celtic have had since their last red card in March 2024. And Charlie, I thought there was a few decisions where there was one point, I can't remember who it was, but they let play go on, but you would have thought they were going to go back and give the Celtic player a yellow card, but it was just forgotten.
Refresh my memory. Can you remember
it, Charlie? No.
Nah.
But there was a few decisions you thought it should have been a booking, but
I thought he was quick to give Asgard the yellow card.
Yeah.
I thought
I'm just about to say that exact same thing. See, when he gives Asgard the yellow card, the Celtic player 5-10 minutes later does the exact same thing, and he doesn't give him a yellow card. Exact same thing.
Agreed.
Pulls the Rangers player back, and then you're thinking, well, if he gives Asgard one, he has to give him one. But
he puts himself under pressure a wee bit, the referee, because I think that's a wee chat. You have a wee chat with him, you say, listen, do that again. Anything like that, I'm booking you. But so just behave yourself. Because you're right, it should be what Charlie's describing. It should be a yellow card then to the Celtic player. And that's what gets our backs up, doesn't it? You know, when you see that sort of thing happening.
Well, there's our friend Ronnie Johnson. That's what he's saying as well. Asgard was booked for a shirt pull, and 3 times 8 tug jerseys, nothing. Aye. You know, so let's talk about Sharmiti.
On you go, Charles. It's brilliant, wasn't he?
The big man. He's a flying machine, by the way.
That's the past 2 games he's done well.
100%, and especially Saturday. See, he was up first half. It was a shame for him because he's chasing lost causes. Players were miles away from him. He was trying to hold things up, and then he was getting booted or poked down. So it did get us some free. But the second half, as I say, the one change by bringing Diamandi on gets players be able to get closer to Sharmiti, get us further forward. And it's great play for Raskin for the first goal. Yeah, good finish. And then the second one, it saw his own work. I'm just glad Schmeichel's in goals because he's not looking great, is he?
Nah, but do you see that second goal? You know, you're thinking, I think it was at Trusty, wasn't it? You know, you've got a decision to make. You've got a decision to make. Of course, you're marking your man, but then you've got to nullify the danger, and that was Sharmiti. But I tell you what, you're right. He's quicker than I thought. See, when he opens the legs he has, oh my God, he can move. And do you know, we were talking about it for a short period the last time we were on the podcast when, you know, a lot of the fans were singing Sharmiti's praises. And we were kind of holding back a wee bit, weren't we, Charlie, and saying, well, that's what's expected, a Rangers centre forward, you know, that work rate and that endeavour and that. But maybe that's just, maybe the fans know better than us, because maybe that wee bit of confidence he got for being given the man of the match, he's took it into that game. Now his confidence must be sky high. And that's sometimes what forwards need. Forward-thinking players, they need to be confident. And he looked a confident player, didn't he? He looked everything. I mean, we were all kidding on. I don't know if it was you. It was the chat we were on. You know, he worth every penny that wasn't it? But it was magic, innit, him. So what a display it was. Brilliant, wasn't it?
4 million a goal against them. Perfect. Charlie, there's Stephen Park. He's saying, why have we constantly started so poor? Fortunately, once again, Butland saved their blushes, played a year already. And I think it's been the same story all season. We've known a full game that we've been good both halves.
And you look back at the last few games, the Motherwell game, I thought he was different class. Butland, St Mirren as well, even take away the penalty save. I think he made about 2 or 3 great saves. But that's what you need. You're going to be called upon at times. He knows that. I don't think we're defensively as strong as what we should be. So he's maybe been called into action a little bit more than he should be, but he stands up to the task. And that's only, I keep going back to, and people will go back to that Hearts one. I'm not sure, was he just caught in two minds? Was he going to get his legs down or get his hands? He wasn't sure, but he shouldn't have let it in. We get that, but some of the saves he's made have been top drawer.
Aye, but Charlie, what do you think? What is the problem we can't start good, or we start good and we can't have a good second half?
Because we play the wrong guys in the middle of the park, we can't press the ball properly. Guys under want to run with men, and it's Moore and Asgard. I think Moore's got to be some player, and I think Asgard potentially, it could be a very good player, but he plays at one pace too often. But we need to press better. We need to press as a team better. Honestly, we've got so many big gaps. See when Schmeichel's getting the ball to their right centre back, that's when Mikey Moore has to push up. Magoma has to come round. Fernandez has to come round and cover. So, you know what I mean? Just come round. And we weren't doing it. There was no shape to us. We were all other places. They were passing through so easy. Ralston, they were making Ralston look as if he was bloody Beckenbauer in the first half. But I think we start so poorly because they started with a ranked team. I really do.
I was a bit disappointed with some of the set pieces and corners. It was obviously they let me Barron take them, but it was doing the same kind of problem that Tav does. We never seem to, in a corner. We never seem to get it above the first.
I think it came to a point in the game where Barron knew. Wouldn't he say he wasn't capable, but he was obviously disappointed in his delivery. And I think he'd says, "Listen, somebody else come and take
care of this." It's a confidence thing, isn't it?
And it can be, and probably it's something they've worked on, and they've been asked to deliver the ball into a certain area. And the wee fella, he's trying to put in there, and just sometimes he's maybe no got that in his locker, So and it looked to me, because we were getting frustrated. I'm sitting watching it with the boys; they were getting frustrated. So sometimes I like that if it's not quite happening for you. Well, give somebody else that responsibility and see if you've got a better outcome. But it had to be better. It wasn't the greatest.
And Ricki, see what you're saying? Barron ran 9 miles or whatever he ran. That was because the shape was all over the place in the first half. He probably done 6 of that in the first half because he was just chasing shadows. And Asgard and Moore, they don't track our runners. And you could see it a mile away. It was, I thought he would have changed it after 20 minutes, but...
Yeah. It's what a learning curve it is for young Moore, because he'll know that he's got to do the hard yards going back the way, or even sometimes it's not just jogging across or sprinting 3/4. You sprint full on, But Asgard, I don't think there's any excuse. I just think he's a pretty experienced boy, and that's what I'm just trying to get at. He's a bit of a specimen. He looks a good athlete, so. You're either thinking, thinking quick enough, or else wanting to go and do that. That desire, you need to go and get there, and that's what that game brings out in you: desire, the hunger to go and work and get absolutely everything. So I'm going to with Moore, I'm not going to be as critical, because I think it's a learning curve for the young man, and he'll learn for that game. But Asgard, I'm not so sure.
Derek, see that? I'm not critical of Moore here. Because if you play Moore or Asgard, right, you need guys with legs in the middle of the park. That was the difference with just bringing Diamandi on. One change, that's all it was. It wasn't a massive tactical tweak or whatever. It just, we had more legs in the middle of the park who were going to tackle, who were going to get close to people, who were going to win second balls. I don't think we won a second ball in the first half.
And even getting a grip of the ball as well, a wee bit more. Do you know what I mean? And just making a few wee simple passes, getting possession, try to take the heat off is, defensively. And I think that certainly worked.
Someone was saying to me earlier on, if I heard any rumours about who's coming into Rangers, because he's been very quiet, and it has been extremely quiet about players linked with Rangers. Normally there's quite a lot of players kicking about. I've only really seen 2 or 3, like Josh Windass. Have you heard anything else, Derek or Charlie?
No.
No, I'm like the rest. No, I've not heard anything. But we've got this new guy in the door that knows the Scandinavian market. So maybe they're going about their business quietly, which is sometimes a good thing.
I think a midfielder for Tromsø.
A full-back. I mean, the Penrice one has been there, has been spoke about. By the way, we identified that, or I said that about 2-3 years ago. Even with the young fella was at Thistle, I was always saying, why do Rangers not go and just take him in? Goes to Livingston. He goes up a level as well. I always thought that was in him, wee Penrice. And we could have gone for absolute buttons. So I read something this morning, I think, is it they've made a bid for him, but it's not their valuation. That's a player that we could, I mean, we're going to go back to our old run, these Scottish players that you could get in the door for absolutely.
Which is needed.
Aye, it's needed.
Wonder what's happened with Cameron. Cameron was a bright light at the start of the season, and we've not seen him since practically.
I think that's where we're probably, arguably, we're strongest, aren't we, in the middle of the park. So maybe it's becoming a bit frustrating for him. The wee fella, he'll need to get games, you know, and that, at the moment, doesn't look like he's going to get first team football. So they're talking him going out on loan.
Meatball 3000, he's saying bring in Lewis Ferguson for the new captain. That's what we're missing. Penrith also, and he also mentions Gogic as well. Gogic, I mean, Charlie, I remember when I says that, Charlie just shook his head and all that. It's just because I've watched Gogic over the last 5-6 years. Just a guy who gives you everything. You could argue, has he got enough quality to play for Rangers? I'm not so sure, but he's just that type of player. Lewis, listen, they're in they're not in the greatest form at the minute. They get turned there, they get beaten easily last night with Milan. I could get into that and I could tell you the reasons why, but I'm not going to, because it's about the famous Glasgow Rangers we're going to talk about. So now Lewis has just got he'll get his head down and work hard. He's got a World Cup to look forward to. But no, but Gogic, sometimes guys like that, that's how we've got somebody like Barron. Charlie's saying you need that type that goes about and does all the hard yards or the dirty work to allow the guys with that wee bit more ability to go and hurt the opposition. So there always needs to be that balance. So you need those types. So there's not been any wee chaps in the door to Lewis's shit for Rangers now.
No, I think Lewis's next move will be somewhere abroad again. I think he would fancy that. But then he needs to keep his form going as well. So.
All right, there was something, let's see. Happy New Year, boys.
Your tea's murdered, by the way.
It was my tea bad.
Your his tea tastes kind of like coffee. Tea like.
Oh, I stirred it.
You've not washed that cup out, right, you know?
No, I stirred it with my coffee spoon.
Yeah.
You hope it was his coffee spoon.
I'm kidding. I used a fresh spoon. It's because I don't drink tea.
Charles, it's murder. Do you not drink any tea?
I just drink coffee. Anyway, Lockeye the View. That's a good wee name, isn't it? Lockeye the View. Happy New Year, boys. We can win this league. We are on the up. Hearts have a draw or two in them, and they are dropping like a Boxing Day turd. Charlie.
Of course, we need to get a few in this window. I still think at the back we're struggling. I think Fernandez has got mistakes in him. Every time he's got that ball and he tries to beat somebody, and he's going, you cut that ball away, man. He worries the life with me. I think he'll improve. He'll get better. He's a big unit. I think he can only get better, the big man, but he does take a chance.
He does.
Somebody there.
Big Fernandez, Charlie. He's a danger in the opposition box. He's also dangerous in his own box and all. For us, sometimes at heart and mouth. So you have.
There's our friend on Jamie Martin. You can ask him.
Jamie Martin.
You can ask him what he was doing in the bedroom now, Derek.
What's she about, by the way?
He's saying Rangers get 2 positions sorted and we'll win this league. Left back and a player in the middle of the park who's an enforcer. For the first time this season, we were clinical in front of the goal.
I'd have preferred Jamie be on his bed with just his wee thong on, you know, when he was doing the show. Is that him? Can I hear you? And see when it went to the bedroom I went, what the fuck's going on here, man? Oh, what a man.
That must be a wee picture of him. His Rangers top, aye. I like that Rangers top as well.
That's back in the day, isn't it?
Anyway, Charlie, what do you think about his comments? Left back.
I think we need a winger. I think we need a really, really good winger. I think Kasama's went off the boil quite a lot, and I think we really need a really, really good winger if we can possibly get one in. I think we need left back and maybe a centre back. I understand the midfield one. If we can get 3 or 4 in that can strengthen us, make us better, like the straight into the team, then I believe we'll be fine. But it depends on what the other teams do signing wise as well. But we have to make sure we get ours right.
Do you know in Gassama, see if we had another winger that we could rely on, he wouldn't have been on that park too much longer. I thought he was very poor. So he was, well, extremely poor. I was actually surprised he never got hooked. But then you looked at the bench and you were thinking, well, we've no probably got enough quality, you know, to replace him. But I know he did play his part in one of the goals. But for long periods, he was way off it as well. So that's how I was saying. Like, you look at Ashgard and we're all kind of maybe on his back a wee bit too much. But I thought Moore, Gassama as well, I thought they were lacking.
I thought he played slightly better in the second half, but
slightly, but wouldn't it be hard, would it?
There's Jockey Balboa. Afternoon, Derek and Charlie. Game of 2 halves. Maybe Derek Johnson helped roll with half-time team talk. Did you see? Did you see Big Derek's?
Quality.
There's no surrender.
I heard about it.
Aye. I wasn't at the game. I get text right away, and then I saw the clips yet. But that's Big DJ, isn't he? You know, he lives and breathes Rangers Football Club, and he is an absolute legend. And it was just brilliant, you know, because he's speaking for the heart, isn't he? You know, he's just trying to, and he's frustrated because he looks at certain players in certain areas and he thinks, how can you not perform better than that? Guys like Derek Johnson, some of the older players, they'll look at that and they'll go, I don't understand how they can't do any better. But it's but that just shows you how Big Derek was brilliant. Not just a centre forward, as a centre half.
He's practiced that speech, hasn't he?
Didn't you? Oh, I mean, you spent time with Big DJ and his company, so you have
legend. You know, it's funny that every time I always think of my first ever Q&A I done. Fergie, Derek phoned me and says, "Can you help us out? Can you do a Q&A down at Blackpool? We mean Big DJ." It's like, "Any bother." And then we went down to the Gallant Pioneer, and then we went. What you call the wee B&B next to it? It's just across the road.
Across the road.
We went there and we're just here for the night. There's your key there. It's like, where's Derek's and where's Derek's? No, he's in a family room, remember? I mean,
what did I do?
Me and you.
I let him go in, Charlie, and I says, right, DJ, you go and pick the bed that you want. I says, and then we'll sleep wherever. So he is a legend, so you let him.
He take a double bed and put you two in a single?
We were in the bunk beds. So.
Getting him his gin and tonics, you know, just running downstairs and coming up with a gin and tonic for Big Derek Johnson.
I don't know if I actually made it back to my bed. Is that the night that I slept in the...
I don't know what you do at night. So once you've had a few beers, you go AWOL. I mean, I go for the trap door and you just go AWOL as well. Charlie's the only one that's got the staying power.
I got the park bench. Anyway, right, one thing that we always do, we do well at the weekend, especially beating Celtic. Then we normally go on to muck it up after it. But do you think that we can beat Aberdeen on Tuesday night?
Because we've got focus. We're back in the title race now. There's a belief and that's down to the manager. He's installing that belief back in the players. We're winning games, so they know that you go to your biggest rivals, you turn them over. And that was a massive result, irrespective of how poor Celtic have been. Still to go to Celtic Park and beat Celtic in their own patch, it was a massive result. Now they know that it's imperative that we go on Tuesday night, and it'll be a bloody freezing cold night, but the punters will be there, as they have done all season. They'll be there, they'll get behind them. So go... Give us a cracking performance. Give us at least a win. They're in a wee bit of turmoil, and people will look to because they've just sacked their manager. They'll get that bounce and all that. The boy Leaving's been in and out a few times. He's been in that role, but I think the players are. What I'm trying to get at, babbling away here. The players are focused. They know what's in front of them. They've got a bit of belief. Can they win the title? Aye, we're back in the title race, big time. But we don't want to just be focusing on Celtic and how poor they are. Just be careful with this Hearts side, because they've got a good manager, right? A good manager at the helm. They've got good players. Look at the last game we played against them. For large parts of that game, we get bossed. with Hearts. Physical, they're a powerful side as well. They've got a bit of belief about them as well. It's going right down to the wire. But the thing is, we go back 6, 7, 8 weeks ago, we weren't anywhere near it. But down to our manager, who's got his victories, got his a bit of confidence, we are in this race now. So we make 1 or 2 signings. He keeps kind of game management the way he's been doing, you know, making that just the one change. It wasn't, Charlie talked about it, wasn't really that much a tactical change. It was just a personnel change where we had to get a wee bit more possession of the ball and a wee bit more defensively switched on. We're in this race, but don't count out Hearts.
Aye.
But we go and beat them. We're focused now. We've got a wee bit between our teeth.
Charlie, it's always a hard game. Aberdeen hate us, we hate them. They've no manager there now. So how did Aberdeen players turn up to that?
Well,
on you go, Charlie.
Well, I think they'll be all playing for their futures now, won't they, the Aberdeen players? Because if we bring a new manager in, it's another chance for the guys who probably weren't getting as much game time. So they'll want to prove to the next guy that's coming in that they can go and play. But Aberdeen always want to beat us, as Ricki says, and we want to beat them. But we just have to make sure we look after our own game. Go start the game well. No slackness, because if you're slack with the ball, I think it gets the fans on your back a wee bit early doors. But just go put a tackle in, get the fans behind you, and take our chances, and don't begin stupid chances away. But we just go and work hard, and I'm sure our quality will probably be better than Aberdeen's in the night if we go and take a game at them.
Now, it'll be interesting to see how they react, because the manager has brought in a lot of players, you know, and he brought them to play a certain
16
There
plus.
you go, you know, and a lot of foreign players. Now, we all talk about and listen, there is a dislike for them, of course there is. But if they players go, I don't think they've got that in the lock. I don't think they think that way. The Aberdeen players, a lot of foreign boys. They did the Scottish boys would have that are born and bred in Aberdeen supporters. So it'll be interesting to see how it pans out. But we've got to be on our guard. It's about us. If we focus, if we play to our best, we turn them over, because they're not in a good place at the minute.
You know what? One of my worries is I was saying to Derek earlier on, obviously Aberdeen's got the snow really bad up there, and that's what Alex Kelly's saying. I doubt whether the game will go ahead and choose the yellow weather warning in that part of the country. More heavy snow expected today. The supporters struggle to travel. Game off. Happened to be Dundee United. Charlie, I'm worried that actually happens, because then we've got that wee gap, innit?
Well, it looks as if we've got 2 games got to be cancelled in, because Aberdeen and Saturday, I don't see the weather getting any better for Saturday. I think they play them Saturday as well. Or Sunday, do we know?
Aye.
Well, I've got a mate, right? He's got a snowplow. I'll go up to Aberdeen, right, tomorrow morning, and I'll open the road. I'll get it all sorted, so it will get the team bus down the road. Some of the supporters will no fancy travelling anyway. Their team, Aberdeen's team, are not in a good way at the minute. Maybe the supporters will no fancy it because of the weather as well. So no, if you want me, I'll get a lane of my Scots plough. Aye, Scots, pal of the boys. You get it as well. I can get that sorted. You want to give us a horn?
Aye,
and I'll make sure the team get done. But we're ready. We're ready to go.
Aye.
So we
don't want a gap after playing so well at the weekend, you know. So just keep it going. But a lot of people are saying Hearts have got quite a few tough fixtures coming up and all. So I just wanted to look at what they've got. Let's see.
But every game is a toughie in its own way. I mean, do you think about it? In years gone past, we've just played Motherwell and St Mirren. And normally, I don't want to be disrespectful, in the past it's been a gimme.
Aye.
And it's far from it in this day and age. This is a league now that everybody can beat each other, practically. Motherwell are in such a good place. St Mirren, cup winners, you know, look how difficult we found it against them. Aye, we bossed it, but look at the opportunities they had. So every game brings up its own kind of difficulties. So don't take anything for granted. But this is a Hearts side under Derek McInnes, who've got a bit of belief about them.
Well, do you know, it's strange, because I actually watched a wee bit of the Hearts and Livy game, and Livy were unlucky and all.
Aye.
You know, so.
And they would have got nervous in the second half, because they sense there's something kind of maybe special happening for them. So don't be quick to just focus on Celtic. don't discount Hearts. And also you've got we look at Motherwell, we look at even Hibs, you know, are getting results. It's difficult to win games of football in this league at the minute. So, but we're on the right road. We've got a wee bit of belief about us, and we're going to be adding to that squad, which is going to be so important.
Score predictions brought to you by Avia Signs.
Right, we'll do score predictions, Charlie. By the way, Charlie, I think you got the Old Firm score right. I'm sure you said 3-1.
Yeah.
So we'll come to you first, then, and I'll.
What did I say?
2-1.
18-0. Remember, I was winding news up. I was winding news up in the text. I was watching the show because I was doing it at Ross's house, thinking the Wi-Fi would be better. So it wasn't any better than mine. So it must be a problem at your end. Nah. That's what I believe. So
see, that was my problem.
Aye, Charlie,
3-0 tomorrow night.
3-0.
Yes.
I'll go 2-0, and I'm going to take the big fella again. I'd like to see another double for the big man.
Do you know, at the weekend, my mate, the Australia, Colin Patterson, he actually said to me, Big Chermiti is going to score a few today.
Aye.
So,
well, he was bang on the money.
I'll need to get him to text me again. No, you met Colin when we done the live show. I am going to say 2-0.
I fancy 2-0. A good solid victory. And keep the good run going. 4 and a bounce.
Good, right, that's no bad for the first episode back. Good start to the new year, you know, because that first half was shocking. I was fuming at half time. I was really angry. So, but it just shows you one change, a wee tactical change, and then, listen, they fancied it, didn't they? They rolled their sleeves up and they go as a victory, which was well deserved in the end. What you guys got planned for this week? Are you any shows? Oh, you're doing a show on Thursday night, aren't you? Yeah.
I don't know, am I? You've just told me that.
9 in a row, is that in the Kings? I think it's sold out.
I think
a few legends got to that. What about yourself, Charlie? You get any?
Well, I'm not being invited to the 9 in a row. But he's talking about, you're talking about.
Can I afford you, Charlie?
That's it. Charlie does has a few bob, Charlie Miller, to keep that look at how well groomed he is. That tash, that marvellous hair.
I don't know what he's doing on Thursday.
I don't know. I've heard about it. I'm going to find out later on. So,
aye. Anyway, Charlie, thanks again, mate.
No worries, guys.
And we'll be back again. Don't know.
Oh, whenever you give a call.
Sometime this week. Aberdeen game tomorrow night, so we'll maybe do Wednesday or Thursday, even if it's remotely. All right, but thanks to all our sponsors.
Cheers, lads.
Loudon Tavern at Ibrox, Plugged In Business Solutions, DB Dental Care, Avia Signs, and Mr. Sings India.
Well done to Frankie for behaving himself with it.
I know, Frankie. Charlie, your dog's getting famous, by the way. People are messaging me about him.
He got hit with a pillar just at the beginning because he was scratching the bloody couch again.
Right, take care, guys, and see you soon.
All the best, lads. See you.